hundreds to thousands of dollars to perfect and to learn. So please give Ms. Benedicte a round of applause.
I knock at the door. I know he's waiting for me. We have a meeting. I feel comfortable because he's a friend. He's a big boss, don't get me wrong. But he's a friend as well. And I know he said, come because I'm going to help you. So he asked me to sit on the conference table. I look at the windows, beautiful view on the park, just by the office, you know, he's a big, big boss. So I said, that's good. I'm going to have some help, finally. This conversation goes well. He says, we are going to pay for a coach for you. The company paying for a coach for me, I feel so grateful. As a coach myself, I do know what is the value of being coached. And then he had, I want to be transparent with you. The contract with a coach has a twofold. I said, yes, okay, what does it mean? Well, first, he will help you to find a job in the company. But if in a couple of weeks you don't find a job and your position in the company, then he will help you to find a position outside of the company. I looked at him and I said, what? What are you talking about? After 20 years in this company, straight A student, high performer, high potentials, everything that you can have in any big corporate, it was me. I did everything they wanted me to do. Always on time, never skip one day, always keep my promise. Everything was just, I was straight A. I was the best student and then the best engineer in the company. I even went to China, single mom, with my 2 little ones, because they needed me there for 3 years. And I come back from expatriation, and like a lot of companies that don't know how to find a new position for me in Europe. And now, all my plans are just trash. What I'm going to do. I took 2 decisions that day. The first one is, Benedicte, you need a job right now. Whatever they can offer you, you take it. You don't like it, it doesn't matter, you take it, you need to pay your bill. And the second decision was, never, ever, ever again. Never, ever, ever again. Somebody can have me like this, and I cannot do anything, and I'm just at their mercy to decide what my future will be. I got a job, and I started to plan on my long-term plan, which was how I'm going to get rid of this company. It's no longer them to get rid of me, it's me to get rid of them. I don't trust them anymore. After 20 years, what are they going to do? It will come back. At some point, they will ask me again to leave. I cannot take the risk. I'm still a single mom with early teenagers, and in a couple of years, I will have to pay college. How I'm going to do that? I look around to say, okay, how do you reinvent yourself? I've always been, I was an engineer, I changed as change manager, I was leader, okay, but I was still in this company, I was an employee, this is the only thing I knew. Nobody in my family was entrepreneur, I never know. But what I knew is that if I want to secure my future, I need to make sure that I can earn my own money. And at some point, I need to be on my own. So I created a method that I'm going to show you today, Power Up, on how to you step up when there is a downturn in life and that nothing is possible anymore as you plan it to be. And today, because I've got a chance to be financially free, I've decided that I want to speak up again to help 100,000 women Because together we can change 1 million lives.
Yes.
Okay. I feel that my life and my story and all the difficulties I had in my life would be worth it if you can help and change the life for 1 million.
Amen.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so the power up formula, it's pretty simple. Permission plus protections equal power. Permission plus protections means power. 3 P's, easy. So the first one is permission. The permission to look up. When we were a little girl or a little boy, we said, okay, when I grow up, I want to be, I want to do. And when we grow up and we become adults, we forget to ask ourselves, what is it? What do you want to do? We are growing every day. In society where we are today, we are growing every day. Who do you want to be in 5 years' time? You are going to continue to grow. And when you have a downturns, that's the first questions to ask, because the permission will give you the momentum. It will give you what you want to achieve, where you want to go. It will give you the directions. It's your inner compass. Oscar Wilde said the wisdom is to have a dream big enough not to lose it when you are chasing it. I can tell you, if you dream, you know already how to get it, it's too small. You need to think bigger. A dream, it's a dream. It's not an objective. And if you don't achieve it, it's okay. It's a direction. But if you know already how you are going to get to there, and you're sure already that you can get it, then this dream is too big, it's too small for you. You need to dream bigger. You need to go further because you are meant for greater things. There are 3 possibilities, three steps into permissions. And I want to spend just a couple of time on that because you have the permission to dream, you have the permission to play, and you have the permission to try. So last one for me was the most difficult. So permission to dream is a permission to do something that maybe you have never done before, to dream about some things you have never thought you could be possible. So permission to play is a permission to feel secured, to feel loved, to feel whatever matters with you. For me, it was joy. I wanted to feel joyful. I wanted to have happiness in my life. And so permission to shine is a permission to step up, to be visible, to be successful, to be wealthy, if it is something that you need, or to be just cozy at home, if it is what you want. But if you're in this room, there is a good chance that you want to be wealthy, at least wealthy enough to be able to help others. So, what I'm going to do, I have no idea. I said, okay, so Benedicte, you have been an engineer, you have been a change manager, you have been a leader, human resources, you have come to China, you come back, okay. But what do you know and what can you sell on the market? Going to another corporate company, it was a no. No way I'm going to go for another company because it will be the same story after a while. And I have really no idea. So I said, okay, so what do you need? What I needed was to be financially secure for the rest of my life. For some reason, I was afraid that I could be homeless. Don't ask me why, this is just the way it is. And so I project myself 20 years from there, and I said, okay, you are retiring. where are you going to live? What are you going to do? And what is your life about? And I said, I don't know, but I don't want to live where I live right now. Okay, so where do you want to live? I want to live on the seaside. Okay, so which kind? And from there, I said, I'm going to buy a house to be my retirement home. Because I still have a job for a while, and I can still pay a loan. So let's do it, because now I've got money, and in the future I don't know. So I went on the seaside. I tried to find a house. I didn't find any house in the budget that I wanted not to go through more. I didn't want to have too much to pay every month, because I didn't know what kind of income I would get in the future weeks, months, years. And so at some point I said to the realtor, you know what? I want a house on the seaside. I don't have the budget, or you don't have any house for my budget, so I will double the budget, but I don't double the monthly payment. So it means that I want a house with 2 entrances. I will separate it into 2. I will keep one for me, and I will rent it out the second one, and they will pay for the additional mortgage that I will have to pay. I said, okay. Oh, no, before. Yes. And I bought this house for a retirement house. It was sleeping 21 people. It was way too big for me, but it was a good business for Airbnb. And we are 12 years ago. Airbnb was not even a thing in France, but there was all the way. It worked out so well that I remember it was March 30th. I look at my bank account, I said, oh my gosh, oh my God, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, it was just like this. Oh my gosh, there was so much zero. I didn't know what to do. I said, oh, okay. And I hit to believe that I didn't even know I had is that a lot of money is dirty money. Easy money is dirty money. And I got the feeling that I was stealing somebody that money because it was easy. I didn't do anything in March to get that money. Okay, I put my listing on internet to get people booking for the summer. And that was a 50%. I said, and there is another 50% to come. And I had to calm down myself to say, well, okay, you didn't do it this week anything to get that money. But for 6 months, you have been shopping for a house. You were there every weekend, every day off was to find a house. And then you are going to do a lot of renovation in it. You are going to work like crazy to get the summer ready. So you don't get the money for the work you have done right now, but you get the money for the work you have done before and after. It was my first insight as an entrepreneur. And coming from an employee point of view, it was, okay, so strange. I put everything on the saving account because I was too afraid that if I continue to see all those zeros, I will feel it will freaking me out. So when we are talking about the permission to dream, my tip for you is that, and it's amazing because Elizabeth yesterday asked me exactly the same question. So this is certainly a question you have heard about already, but in the audience, if somebody has not heard about it, this is very powerful questions. If you have a magic wand, what would you wish for? That will give you the answer about your dream. It's a magic wand. You can ask your inner critic to just shut up. It's not going to happen, it's a magic word. Okay? So it's okay, you are safe. He's safe. But with your magic wand, what do you want? To dream, to do, to play, to feel, to shine, to be. Permission plus protections equal power. Means power, sorry. Equal is in French. Protections. So protections is about to keep you safe. When you're at a downturn in life, you are going to reinvent yourself. Because you are going to reinvent yourself, of course, it means that you are going to start uncharted water. You have never been there. You may never have thought about being there. And because it's new, our brain and our inside, there's a small voice saying, shh, be careful, be careful, be careful. And so protections is to make sure that this voice doesn't prevent you from taking actions. Hello.
Oh, sorry.
I forgot my speaker. Okay, so why do we need protections? Because exactly that. We will have fear. We will be surprised because we are opening our heart. So life will open new doors for us. And we will feel scary, hungry sometimes, but most of it feared. So now I'm talking to you for a little trip. We are going to Grandma's house. You're in the house with your little girl. Let's assume that you have a little daughter or the niece or whoever. And she wants to go out. Okay, so we don't have any microphone anymore. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. So the little girl wants to go outside. The little girl wants to go outside and you say, okay, everything is fine. There is nothing dangerous in the garden. But if you let the door open, then your little girl will go in a small corner because she will be afraid to do something wrong. She knows that there are cars going in the street, and she knows that she may hurt herself if she goes on that road. But she doesn't really know where is the line in the sand that here I am sad, and here, oh my gosh, I might be in trouble. And because she doesn't know where is the line, she will keep herself as far as she can from that line. And it means that, yes. I don't know if you noticed, but she's so small in the corner. Thank you. She plays small. She hides herself. And only because the door of the garden is open. And because she doesn't feel safe. She doesn't feel safe. It's not that she doesn't feel safe, it's that she doesn't know to which extent she can play without being in danger. Because she doesn't know, she knows that there's still a lot to learn. Who knows that she still has a lot to learn here? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we are all those little girls. And if we don't make sure that we close the garden, we close the door of the garden, then we are going to play small. Mm-hmm. And you can talk yourself about whatever, but if you don't feel secure in what you are doing, you are not going to do it. Mm-hmm. So when you close the door and you're very clear about the protections that you have, then you can play, and you can play all alone in the garden. So your job is to make sure that your little girl inside, the inner child, the little girl that you were, the little Angela, the little Natalie, the little Margie that you were inside, feel safe. So the little girl, you want her on board because she knows exactly how to shine. She is ready to make a fool of herself and to be full of energy. And at some point in this journey, you will need her energy. Okay, so when we talk about protections, we talk about two things. The first thing is emotions. The emotions that we feel, it's like a backpack. Remember when you were small and when you are going to school, at the end of the year, what was your backpack looking like? It was a bit ragged, okay? So when there is something in your life saying never ever again, then you know that you have your backpack, which is full. And it's time to get rid of everything and to start a new year with a new backpack. Second thing is the needs. Your needs are all about what you want. And one of the questions that I like is, at the end, you will be happy with what? If what happens, that will tell you about your need. Permission plus protections equal power. We have what we want, it will give us a momentum. We have what we need, it will give us the happiness to get exactly, because when we get what we need, we are happy. And then between those two, we can make choices. And power is about the choice that you are making every day, every week, every time. And you will start by getting the power where you are, and then you give you permission to go higher. And you make sure that you have all the protections you want, and you will reinforce your power. And because you have more power, you are ready to go more and more permissions and more protections and so forth. And you keep going. It's a spiral. And once you are started it never stops. So power is something that is invisible, but it's just like love. It's as much important in your life as it is. So power is actually in the actions. You cannot feel your power before you take an action. It can be scary, but remember the protection is there for that. And the action, which action shall I take? Actions, whatever goes towards your goal, your dream, then you take an action. You are on the right path, you just have to walk it. But the power is in the actions. Yes, you switch that. Okay, so I've got a gift for you. And I'm very excited actually, because this is the first time I'm doing that. And I'm going to offer you at 50% a clarity assessment. It's 1 hour session with me. It's not a sales call. It's not a discovery call. It's to help you define who you are meant to be and what is the road on which you want to walk. Okay? And before I close, I want to tell you a story. I am in Tampa, Florida. For a French girl like me, it's wow, fantastic. It's Sunday morning. I packed all my stuff. I was gone for a month, so it was a lot of stuff, way too much, but that's another story. And I'm ready. So, okay, what I'm going to do, the flight is only Monday afternoon. What I'm going to do today? Well, I don't know. I don't have any car. I don't know anybody, so I don't know what to do. There is nothing to do around without a car on the time. And I was about to step into bed, take the remote control, and binge watch HBO. And all of a sudden, my little girl says, "Come on, Benedicte, you are not coming from Paris, France to Tampa, Florida to binge watch TV." No, you're right. Saying that away, no. Okay. So, but I don't know what to do. I said, okay, if somebody was knocking at your door and offering you, inviting you to do something fun, will you go? Yes, of course, I will go anytime. Then she looked at me and she said, "You know what? Nobody is going to knock at your door because nobody knows you're here." And even if they know that you're here because they notice you in the hotel, they don't know which room you are. So you better go and knock at your own door to make sure that you are going to do with that day and stop benchmark. Okay. Okay. So 5 minutes later, I was at the lobby downstairs asking for the concierge, can I rent a bike? She said, yes, of course. I'm taking care of the gentleman, and then I'm coming right back to you. I said, okay, fantastic. I look at the gentleman. Here he is, the same man. I married him 3 years ago. Because that day I knocked at my own door in that hotel, I met love. I moved from France to US, and that's the every reason that I am here today in New York City. So I'm going to tell you, knock at your own door.
Yes.
Take actions today.
Awesome.
Yes. And we don't have any microphone, and we don't have any MC anymore. So I'm going to be the MC. I don't know who is the next speaker. You know what? Maybe we can go for a break. How about a break? A 5-minute break.
No, yes.
Yes, okay. So I was trying to do your job, but I didn't do a good
No,
job.
yes, you did. Yes, you did. And you know what? That's why you didn't do a good job, because I don't have a job. No, we have 99 problems, but a job is not one of them, right? You guys are we're either operating our purpose, our passion, or doing exactly what we were called to do. And so can you guys please, even with the technology dysfunctions, I just want you to give Miss Benedicte a round of